Welcome to Manifest Mindset by Affirm Afform Attract. Your place to come to when you need tips and advice when manifesting. We are an affirmation channel and you can find all our affirmation videos on YouTube. Hello, welcome to Manifest Mindset episode 8, and we are going to be talking about becoming a magnet to the manifestations that you want: health, wealth, success, house, car. Now, there are different ways to become a magnet. Some people they just can say what they want and leave it alone with no resistance, no doubt, no fear, no anything, and sooner or later they will receive the manifestations. Some of us, on the other hand, we really need a little help. Visualizing, scripting, journaling, affirming all the time, whatever it is, we need it. But it doesn't have to seem so hard when it comes to becoming a magnet, because everything else in manifestation starts with your mindset. It's about changing your mind. It's about removing the limited beliefs and replacing them with more positive ones. Instead of saying, oh, only the rich get rich and the poor get poorer, you just say everybody has the opportunity to make money. Everybody has the opportunity to become rich. Everybody has an opportunity to be successful. Change it around. Because let me talk to you about that. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. It's a lie. The rich just have a different mindset to the poorer people. That's it. Because guess what? A lot of millionaires that we have today didn't come from millionaire families. They came from families who were struggling. They came from families who might have been okay, but money was still tight here and there. They did not all come from millionaires. So what does that tell you? So why do people still hang on to the limited belief that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? Yes, it seems that way, and they see all the time people struggling, but then I'm going to be very harsh, but whose fault's that? We can blame it on everyone and everything else, and if you do, that means you are not ready to be a conscious creator. You really are not, because it's so easy to point fingers at people when really we have to point fingers at ourselves. It may seem unfair, but the truth is, it's like, okay, it starts with me. What can I do? Give me the instructions. And it starts with mindset. You don't need money for mindset change. You don't need money to start. You don't need money to start a business. Now go with me in this one. When I mean that, yes, of course, if you want to get stock, you need to, purchase your products, etc. But what I'm saying is, if you have nothing, and your dream is to have an online business selling fashionable sunglasses, you have loads of YouTube videos who will tell you how to get started, loads of blogs out there. And if you just focus on starting that business, things will come to you. Opportunities that you couldn't even think or dream of will be open to you. I'll give you an example of things just coming to me. Now, I do sell my MP3s of my affirmations, but I wanted to create my own music. I didn't want to buy music. It's just, I was trying to do something that I just can do myself, and when I'm ready, I can just get on with it instead of trying to pay people and then having the budget. It just got long for me, and it's something I've always wanted to do anyway. So I wanted to make some kind of meditation type music, all that kind of stuff. And I've been putting it off. I've got music software to work on, but I've just been putting it off because I just became really stuck. And even though I went on YouTube, I just got a little bit I just don't know what to do. Anyway, someone sent me an email and they said to me, oh, I've been looking to purchase your affirmations and I couldn't find anywhere. And I said, oh, okay. I said, oh, this is something that's in my pipeline and they'll be coming soon. So after I got that email, I went and I was just like, right, I need to really get on it now. This is something I've been wanting to do for months now. And I don't know, from nowhere, I can't even remember where I saw it. I must have been on YouTube. There is this plugin that you can use and it gives you the type of sound that you have in meditating music. That kind of, you know what I mean. I'm not going to try and imitate it. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's like I just heard the heaven's doors opened up. I heard the angels sing and I was like, wow. And what happened is I saw a free version. I'm like, yes, let me download the free version, see how that goes, and if I can use it, rather than buying the full version. So I went and I downloaded the free version, and I couldn't open it. For some reason, the file for me was corrupt. It just wouldn't open. I went to, because usually it comes in a zip folder and you unzip it, and then I put it into another space on my computer, because this was a plugin. And nothing would happen. And then I would email the person. I didn't hear from them, but I saw that they were selling the full version, because the free version was just like a demo version, on a website that I've bought some sample music and stuff from. And I thought, oh, you know what? It was only 20 something pounds. I said, you know what, let me go and just buy it. And if I have any problems, at least I trust this website that someone will respond to me. So I bought it, downloaded it, went on YouTube to see how to use it, and there was no videos. It was a bit frustrating, actually. So I ended up working it out for myself, and very simply I created meditation type music. It was very, very simple. And it felt good that I wanted to do something, and I clearly didn't have any resistance. I didn't have any doubt. I just knew that this was a new project that I had to kind of put all my attention on to make sure I can create these MP3s. I could have just done like rain and sea and just do my affirmation. I could have done that, that would have been no problem. But I wanted to do some music, and it just happened. I became a magnet for what I needed. I didn't panic. I was determined. I was fired up. I was excited. Someone reached out to me and they wanted something that I want to do, but I hadn't done it yet, and it just felt good. So this was an example of being a magnet to something that you want, even something as small as me wanting to know how to do certain type of music for me to do my affirmations. And before I move on, I'm gonna just give you a little sample of what I created. Congratulations, you have done it. You received millions in your bank account. Congratulations, you have done it. You have exceeded your millionaire goals. Congratulations, you have done it. You have millions in your bank account. So that was the result of me being able to attract a way to make meditation music by myself. It cost me 20 something pounds, and I'm so happy. I know the example I just gave you might seem small. Well, that's not the same as manifesting a house or a car. And you know what? No, it's not. But the truth of the matter, it is really the same type of energy. Now, that feels so hard to believe, because wanting £1 million and manifesting something to help me with my music, or manifesting a free meal, it's completely the worlds apart when it comes to price, or maybe the ease of the manifestations. And this is the problem that we have. We keep telling ourselves it's too hard. How is it going to happen? It's too much. How is it going to happen? Why would it happen? Would it happen for me, or is it going to come too late? Because I need it quite quickly. We've got all this. We are not attracting anything. You are not becoming a magnet to anything with that mindset. Sometimes you just have to press the reset button, take a step back. What can I do to become a magnet? What will benefit me? Now, there's journaling, there's scripting, there's constant affirming, there's visualizing. There's all different ways that you can do to help you become a magnet. You can start off with removing limiting beliefs, or actually not removing them, replacing them. Everybody has an opportunity to become successful. Everybody has an opportunity to become wealthy. You just say, but when you say, you just say those words, focus on those words, and leave it alone. Don't say those words and then say, yeah, but there's people in other parts of the world, even in my own country, and they're hungry, and they don't have a house. There's parents with their children and they're homeless, because you know what? They're not on the same mindset as you are. You can't try and affirm for things or say positive things and start thinking about everybody else, because everybody else isn't your concern right now. The only concern is you. That's why you've got to stay focused on what you're trying to affirm and just see yourself getting what you want. If later in life you become successful and you want to help those who can't help themselves, then brilliant, you go ahead and do it. But as for this very moment, you do need to become selfish. You need to think of yourself only, and so you can affirm to get what you want, to become a magnet. Apart from journaling or scripting or visualizing to become a magnet for what you want, sometimes you may, not all, but may need to do that little bit more. So for example, if you're someone who wants to be noticed by people, people tend to ignore you or make you feel like you're invisible. Why don't you go out your way and talk to people? Make them known, compliment them. You say something nice, not too weird, and don't come off weird and come off stalkerish, but make it natural. If you're someone who think, I might need to do that, but guess what? I'm shy. I'm not very good at starting conversations. You know what? That's what manifestation's for. I'm so happy and grateful that I can talk to people with ease. I'm so confident when I talk to people. I always know what I want to say. Sometimes you have to do little steps to get to the bigger step that you want. Unfortunately, when you feel like you're on a time crunch or you want to do things quickly, you want to skip these steps. But if you skip these steps and you try and manifest and you don't get your manifestations, then you might as well have just done those little steps in the first place. So try being honest with yourself and say, well, what do I need to do? Get it right back to the beginning. Set yourself back. Reset. What can I do to help myself? You know you, and you know what might help. I'm going to say this. What might work for one manifestation may not necessarily be something that might work for another. So say, for example, you've been trying to manifest a pay rise and you just did it by just thinking about it, visualizing it, and then you got it. And you want to try to do the same to get a new car, but for some reason it's just not really working. There's a blockage there. Maybe you really think that getting a new car it's just not really going to happen because of whatever reason. Then you just say, okay, right, what's that reason? What can I do to change my limiting beliefs? Let me add some affirmations as well as visualizing. Let me script it, write a letter to myself, write it out. I'm so happy and grateful I've got my BMW in the silver color, 4 doors. It's so comfortable. I love how it drives. I love how it feels. I'm so happy and grateful I've got my new car. Something along those lines. And you kind of meditate on those words, meditate on your affirmations, say them daily if you have to. You don't have to, but if it will help, do that, and then you become a magnet for it. I cannot tell you how long it will take because that all depends on you. Another example is if you want to manifest money, and money, I'm going to say this, for people, because it's so close to home. You want to clear your debt, get out of debt, do stuff. There's so much going on when it comes to money. So some people find this quite difficult, quite hard. It really, really isn't. Yes, we can struggle, but like I said, what you need to do is just press the reset button, find out what works for you, find out what doesn't work for you. And when it comes to money, as well as changing your mindset, your limiting beliefs, just remove anything negative about money, say some affirmations, script, do some shopping online. Don't exactly buy it if you don't literally have the money, but say, do you know what, I'm going to put this on my wish list. You want to move out of home, do the same thing, look for houses, start looking at the curtains, the blinds, the flooring, the settee that you want to put into your house. Now, I'm going to tell you another quick story. This is long before I knew about manifestation. I had finished university. I'd moved back home. I had this job, and at the time it was only 8,000 and something a year. Yes, this was in the 90s, people. Obviously, that was a low-paying job, and I was very good at saving money, very good. With that job came overtime, and you had little bonuses as well. It was just a simple job, and I would work, and my goal was to move out. And what I do is I'll save my money for my deposit, and I was living at home, so obviously that helped. And what I started to do is I used to start to look for pots and pans and knife and forks, just things like that. the Hoover, my, duvet covers, all that kind of stuff. And I remember eventually I worked out, I needed 5% deposit at the time. It was a 1-bedroom flat. I was, I think that's what I couldn't afford for my, with the earnings that I had. So I went to see the bank manager, and sorry, I'm just jumping ahead quickly. I just don't want to spend too long chatting on this. I went to see the bank manager, told him my salary, but my take-home pay was actually around about over £12,000 a year. That's how much overtime I was doing, including my bonuses. And I can't remember if I was still getting some bonuses, because I know the company had stopped it. But I think at the time I was still getting them. It's a very tiny amount of bonuses. And the manager, he goes, how much overtime? I said to him, there's so much overtime. I said to him, to be honest with you, it's really bad. Like, there's so much overtime because there's so much backlog of work. I said, it could probably take me for the next 10 years. It's a lot, and we can never really catch up because and I said, we've even had to throw work away just to try and catch up. So anyway, I got my mortgage and I bought my home. My first home, I think I was 22 years old, by myself. My flat cost me, I think it was £40,000 at the time. Now, 1-bedroom flat. Fast forward to now, learning about manifestation, I realized I manifested that home. I remember my cousin told me, she goes, I remember you had a folder and you did all the graphs and you were showing me how you can afford your house. And I said, I did that. She goes, yeah, you had it all planned out. And I couldn't remember that I did. When she said it, it started to come back to me. But I was thinking, I did all that. She goes, yeah, you just went and you did it and you showed me how you the mortgage and this. I mean, back then my mortgage repayment, not interest only, was £246 a month. Can you believe that? £246 a month. Can't believe that. And and when I started learning about manifestations, I was like, wow, because I was on a very, very low paying job. Really and truly, the manager shouldn't have given me a mortgage because I wasn't really earning enough. So he gave me like 4 times the amount. I had my deposit. And when I listen to people like Abraham Hicks and all that, and they say things, if you want a home, start looking at houses. And that's what I was doing before I even had my deposit. I was looking at houses because I knew it's going to be a little bit of time before I can find one anyway. So I thought, well, I might start look early. And all the things I told you to do, I did. I believe, and I remember, oh my gosh, I'm just going to die back. I remember where I bought my flat. I remember one year I drove past and I said, I would like to get a flat in one of these. It was a new build, so I think 60s, either 60s or 70s new build it was. And I said to myself, that's not new now, but back then in the 90s, it would have been, it wasn't a period house. And it's only afterwards I was like, wait a minute, I kind of manifested that because I did say I wanted to live in one of those flats. And it was just mind blowing, really, to be fair. And sometimes I have to revisit my stories when I'm feeling a little bit doubtful. Guys, I'm with you on feeling doubtful and feeling lax sometimes. I have to remind myself, girl, on 8,000 and maybe 800 and something or whatever a year's salary, which turned into 12k salary with all your overtime, by yourself, you saved up your little, is it 2,500 deposit or whatever it was at the time, and you done that. You visited houses, you did that, and I just have to remind myself. Why I became in alignment, and the thing is, I knew I was going to buy my house, and even though I knew my salary wasn't enough, I knew it was going to be enough. Like, it wasn't enough according to when you tick the boxes, but I knew it was going to be enough. I just knew, and there was a determination and a knowing. It's like, no, I work hard, I've saved my money, I'm getting my flat, and that was it. That's all I need to know. And there you have it. I manifested it. Now, sometimes we've gone through so much in life, and it is hard to recall when we've manifested stuff, whether we knew about manifestation or not. It's hard to be joyful or remember the things that came before, because we so focus on how hard things are, and you want to manifest and you can't seem to change your mindset, and you're struggling just to do that, let alone manifest anything, and everything just seems like a heavy burden. But you have to put in the work, and the work has to be, I'm going to focus on changing my mindset so I can manifest the things that I want to manifest. I'm going to find a way that works for me, whether I'm just going to visualize, affirm it, script it, journal it, all of the above. Constantly watch videos to help keep my mind right. Whatever you have to do, you have to do it. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's my little story. There's my advice about becoming a magnet. Change your mindset. Find a way to manifest that suits you, whether it's journaling, scripting, affirming, visualizing. If somehow, some way you're still struggling, set the reset button and start with your mindset and manifest, and take away those limiting beliefs and replace them with positive ones. I love the fact that my mind is the right mindset for me to manifest or be a successful manifester. So I hope everybody enjoyed this podcast. If you do, don't forget to download it, subscribe to it. Visit my YouTube channel, Affirm Afform Attract, where you will find my affirmation videos, or you can go into Bandcamp, Affirm Afform Attract, where you can buy some of those MP3s. And my website is coming soon. I don't know how soon, but it is coming. Thank you for listening.